Andy, stop getting further away from me.
I'm just trying to score. Oh yeah, sorry, I'll bring it back. I'm bringing it back. Sorry, I was following the flow, the stream. Hello and welcome back to another episode of QIXS. I'm Andy, I'm joined by Emily and Jack, and we are here to give you a little look behind the scenes of this week's episode of QI, which is Queens. What was everyone's favourite queen of the show?
So my favourite part of the episode, I thought, was the Portuguese, the royal family going to Brazil. So because the monarchy went to Rio de Janeiro,
Right.
the Brazilians were ruling over Portugal. It's the only example we have so far, I think, of metropolitan reversal, it's called, whereby a colony rules its original ruler.
What's it called?
Metropolitan reversal.
It sounds a bit Brexity, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
A little bit.
It does a bit. It was like the Queen upping sticks and going to the Falklands, or...
There's an idea.
There's no evidence that Queen Victoria ever said, "We are not amused."
What?
Yeah?
disappointing.
Sorry.
Why would you destroy my life like this,
She was
Andy?
constantly amused. She was deranged in her later years. Yeah. It all comes from the diaries of Lady Caroline Holland, and they, I think, weren't published until about 1919. It was nearly 20 years after she died.
Oh.
There's a single account of her, someone telling a spicy story. I think it was a footman trying to impress her with a knob gag, and she gave him a freezing glare, and she said, "We are not amused." But that's the only account, so actually, it seems unlikely she ever said it.
It's just in her diary.
Just in one woman's diary,
This
yeah.
was essentially just a Mean Girls movie.
Yeah, basically it's a burn book for the 19th century.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, format point now.
Format point!
Time for a quiz. I have prepared a little quiz for you entitled Queen or Drag Queen.
Brilliant.
So, I have a list of titles here. You have buzzers.
Okay.
Each title I read out is either a queen, a real queen, or a drag queen, okay? Okay, here we go. Get ready. Number one, Lady Bunny.
Queen.
I'm afraid not, Emily. She's a drag queen. Lady Bunny is originally known as Bunny Hickory Dickory Dock.
See, that I would have thought was a drag queen.
Lady Bunny is the founder of Manhattan's annual Wigstock Festival. Number two, Gloriana.
Queen.
Queen?
Queen.
Can you provide any more details about this queen?
Gloriana does sound like a historical name, that's my guess.
Well, you're actually dead on. Gloriana is Elizabeth I's nickname. The poet Edmund Spencer wrote the Fairy Queen. Guys, the Fairy Queen? Anyone?
I do
big fans?
recognise that actually.
All right, next up, Shirley Temple. What do you think, Emily?
Queen.
Queen, you're absolutely right.
Yes.
This is Elizabeth II's nickname.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not her only nickname. She's also nicknamed Gary. By Prince William, I think.
One of the
princes. One of the few remaining
Yes,
princes.
they're dropping like flies, aren't they?
Keep losing them.
Next up, Regina the Gentle Lady.
Going back to Mean Girls, that sounds like it's invented in the last 10 years.
Yes.
Or at least 20, yeah.
This is Drag Queen.
Drag Queen.
Yeah. AKA Reg Vermeu, who is also an indie rock singer from Canada.
Oh, wow.
Showing great versatility there. All right, next up, the Lady Chablis.
Drag queen.
Drag queen, bang on. She's a drag queen. She was a female impersonator depicted in the New York Times bestseller Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Okay, final one, Mrs. Brown.
I think she was a queen with a very boring name.
Okay, Emily, would you like to get in on this one too?
Trick question, she's a bee.
Oh, I mean that would have been shooting the moon. I'm afraid it's actually both queen and drag queen this one.
Oh, we can...
Oh, I should have gone with both instead of neither.
I know. Queen Victoria, Mrs. Brown, nicknamed by her hunky manservant John Brown, and Brendan O'Carroll in Mrs. Brown's Boys. Mrs. Brown, who's been on QI. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
At the end of all that, the scores are Jack wins with 3, Emily loses with 2, I'm afraid. We do have some mead here, which Jack has provided, and we have some tankards, which Emily has provided. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Your health.
Cheers. What's the vintage?
In bee years or human years. Okay, I actually have a little trick related to this.
QIXS is completely unnecessary alcohol-based experiment.
So during my time on the drug squad, I worked with a lot of evidence bags, and there's a great thing you can do if you have an evidence bag and some mead. And a normal sandwich bag from the shops like this one will do as well. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in here. Oh, thank you, yeah, brilliant.
Oh, it looks like the royal we.
Oh, this takes me back. Oh dear. Giving samples before the '84 Olympics. Ugh.
I think you might be a bit dehydrated, buddy.
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? Okay, now let's say you've got your sample. Jack, you've got a pencil.
I do.
But you want to carry your pencil and your bag at the same time.
But I've only got so many hands.
Oh no! Okay, you can push a pencil into the bag and through it,
No.
and it won't leak.
This
I'm
round?
going to move this large, expensive
Other way around.
book.
That's the one. Yeah, good idea. Very
Further
good
away.
idea. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Is he through?
I pissed.
Oh god, you're through. Oh. I don't believe it.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
At all.
No. Oh, do you want to have a go with another one, Emily?
Oh, can we do it multiple times?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Go for it.
Okay.
Fun fact: if you do this at the fun fair with a goldfish bag, they hate
So
it.
many can we do?
They ask you to leave. That way, perfect.
That way, there we go.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
Look at that!
The tension.
This is the Saint Sebastian of mead bags right now.
What a niche joke.
Martyrdom joke for you there. And the amazing thing is when you take it out, it doesn't spill either.
Go on, Jack.
Not true! It's not true.
Not falling for that again.
Pranked. If you want to do this, you can. Although you'll end up wasting some mead, 3 pencils, and a sandwich bag.
Can we get it back into...
Yeah, we
I
probably
don't
can.
like wasting booze.
So Jack, if you pull this end slowly, and hey! This is like a Japanese tea ceremony, but more disgusting. It's all flooding back. One last shake of the bag. Well, that's another one of these, so there'll be another one in a bit. Thanks very much. See ya. We will be back soon with next week's, which is all about quantities. So there'll be either a very large or a very small amount next week. Please do like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.